Hey, brothers and sisters, what's up? It's me, the reluctant Nobby, back again. And I want y'all to remember, see if y'all recall this. Remember the media's mom of the year, you know, and remember why they called her the mom of the year. All right. Now think to now where you just have an escalation of just outright violence against Afro men by the BFM. All right. But a lot of the time, these BFMs, the BTNs, get their cue from the media. And we know who runs the media. All right. It's not us. We're not represented. All right. Just because you see somebody melanated on the screen don't mean that they represent you. They represent the media. They're getting paid to represent the people who run the media. All right. Now, why did this mom get all these accolades? Remember, an Afro boy was shot unjustly. All right. A bunch of Afro boys decided that they're going to stand up for themselves. Finally. But what happened was, as some of them were standing up for themselves and were calling into question police practices, the mom in Canary Yellow stepped up, assaulted her son, and the media, CNN, MSNBC, ABC, Fox, all the just much of the media, especially CNN. I think CNN is the one that tagged her as the mother of the year. And then Fox ran with that, the mother of the year. For what? Something that people should have gone, normal people would go to jail for if witnessed. They'll go after a man if he does this to a woman. They'll go after him, find him, arrest him, especially when it's put on social media. Right? But he was protesting. Now, remember, the protests of the 60s were started primarily by students, Afro boys, who decided that they had enough. Especially, and the thing that really did this in was the Emmett Till case. They had enough. And they took it upon themselves. And then the adult church people kind of joined with them, kind of to control them. And ever since then, they always had a mechanism to control the Afro males from really protesting and rising up to really battle for rights that they don't have, but everybody says that they do. You know, people in the country say, oh, y'all have rights. But in practice, we don't as Afro males. And the person that whips us in line, yep, you got it, the BFM. So, what became of this? You have the total emasculation of the Afro male population, starting at children, because you best believe that as a result of this, a lot of BFM mothers took their cues that they could do anything they want to their children, put it on social media, and somebody is going to praise them for it. That's Caucasian. So now you got women, the BFM all over the place, the BTNs, destroying the very essence of the Afro male. There's this one video going around on Facebook of a mother outing her son for experiencing puberty. He bought something probably online, and it came, and she found it, and she decided for her attention that she is going to embarrass her son for the rest of his life with a scar of something that should have just been done in private, where that's a conversation, the birds and the bees conversation. You know, the birds and bees that they used to have, the father, the son. Oh, yeah, fathers are no longer in the neighborhood because the BTN gave them the left foot of fellowship. But let's get into this. All right, let me greet everybody real quick. Vorten hardu guda, ola oi to the bank, bosses los, bonjour, Miss Me, kedu bawani konnichiwa, ni hao ni ama, sani bonani, jampo habarigani, assalamu alaikum and shalom. All right, uh, but first, let me remind you, donations are needed for what this channel does. So if you care to help support this channel and what it does in the community, it'll be mostly appreciated. You know, Google ain't paying nobody, but they're being sued. Hey, yay! Google and YouTube. All right, because what they're doing to channels are unjust, especially shadow banning them. All right, let's get the thumbs up, like, share, subscribe. Sharing is the best way to keep my channel alive. More than donations, sharing is the best way to keep my channel alive. And the thumbs up. All right. So if y'all like what this channel does in the community, please support it by sharing. All right. Now, remember, before you donate, make sure you take care of yourself and family first. So let's get back to the problem at hand. All right, as we contemplate these moments, we got the video of mother pushing her teen son away from the Baltimore riots has been shown across the world, right? Because it has been. One television news station quip, "Send in the moms" as the solution to the rioting. Understand this. The station which was Fox, I believe, said, "Send in the moms." Y'all could check me on that. Send in the moms as a solution to the riotings, right? Now, I want y'all to understand the statement. Instead of fixing the problem, which is shooting unarmed men, um, full disclosure, opened investigation, open to the public, you know, the secret blue, thick blue line, all the policing problems, and we can get to the problems in the hood. How the system made an agreement with the BFM to get rid of good men that were suitable to be good fathers, that could raise their sons to think, be strategic, to know when and how to fight, whether it needs to be peaceful or not. All right. Maybe be smart enough to join the military if you believe in that, or smart enough not to. But regardless of what you do, you will know as a man, as a boy growing into man, why you did it. You will have the role model. No, they got rid of that. They got rid of it for subpar housing and food stamps. Scripture talks about how the women got rid of the good men for bread and trinkets and said that they shall be judged for that. All right. So this guy raises the pertinent question to, as he thinks, that raises the pertinent question to, where are the dads? The Caucasians always act like they have no clue that they caused these women to lay up with men that were not suitable father material and to kick the father material out of the community because they wanted males that they can control from the grown man all the way down to the infant. All right. And so basically, this boy, because that's how she treats him, got kind of upset at what he saw on TV and decided to go and protest. And understand that when they protest, the Afro males, over injustice, meaning that their lives are at stake, so they're going to protest, the media called it riots. Had he been Caucasian, it would have been protest. But make no qualms about it. This man was protesting, but she treated him like her little boy. We had protests like these back in '64. Oh, and yes, they started with the teenagers. The adults only got enough guts to come in and march and try to take some control afterwards. And they led them in the wrong direction. These boys wanted respect. And we've always, as Afro men, have been fighting for the right to be human and treated like a human, like a man, based on our character. So they go, when young African males are killed by a white policeman, invariably it is the mothers who are interviewed. Again, by the media. If there is a male in the room, it is likely a stepfather. This is not just an African American problem. School shootings are usually the work of young white males. Again, when reporters cover the shooting, it becomes clear that there were no fathers around. But it's African American families that suffer most from absentee fathers. But there's no such thing as an absentee father. I want y'all I want y'all to understand this, all right? And we'll get to this in a minute. The whites are not far behind, right? In 2011, it was reported that 72% of black children were born to unwed mothers. The same source reports that in 2005, 39% of African American children did not live with their biological father, and further, 28% have no substitute father in the home. This means that 2/3 of African American teenage boys have no fathers in their lives. And this is solely the fault of the BFM. Solely because they are the gatekeeper to their legs. They determine who produces children. And they, as a group, said, we do not want to have relations with good men that are stable because they're lame, undesirable. All right. But some people at the time was calling this out. And I'm going to show you why they should have. All right. So they go, Baltimore Moore Toya Graham has been hailed as Mother of the Year after she was caught on videos smacking her 16-year-old son when she found him participating in a protest that gripped the city, which they call riots. But no, these are protests. Now, the single mother of 6 children, all different baby daddies, this is where the backlash came from, on social is facing some backlash on social media, but not from the regular media. See, the regular media praised her because her son was going out there to protest what he thought was going to be, and however he decided to protest, it was not going to be the peaceful let me let you bite me with dogs and fire hose me. No, they felt like that somebody in this system should pay for the deaths in some way, shape, form. So that's a form of protest. All right. But she got backlash on social media for beating her son in such a public manner. All right. And these are some of the things that people said at the time. Hypocrisy of the law. She should have been arrested for assault, battery, and child abuse. And that's true. Said one tweet by a user identified as a court trial or at court trial. Others questioned why anyone would condone or celebrate her actions. Tired of hearing about this Baltimore Mom of the Year, said a tweet under the handle at the Ann Gr. Grazian. Okay. If she raised her son better, she wouldn't have needed to do that. All right. And so they kind of missed the point, but they kind of got, no, they just missed the point. He's protesting. All right. None of these children or sons or teenagers would have been out there had all these shootings not happened. Not in that way. All right. The police gave them the reason to protest, so they decided to do it. It's not rioting. It's called protesting. All right. So let's look at some things. Okay. I've let it be known in many videos that the case against the BFM, against the United States, really, and especially the media that wanted to laud this woman as something great. All right. The case against them is staggering. One, most men, most good men, most men are good men. But the ones that's creating the most children in these situations are the thugs. Who's picking them? Mothers like, Supermom or Mother of the Year. Think about what they said is the Mother of the Year. A woman with 6 children from 6 babies' daddies who lives in poverty and at the time was about to lose her house because she wasn't paying the rent. Okay, so she can't take care of the children. All right. She's super mom and she gets control of her children by, you know, taking her hands to them all the way up. You know, this started as a child. So this is how she keeps them in control. All right. And she don't feel like her son has the right to feel a certain way about people that look like him and is around his same age being taken out by the police. And the first thing she want to snuff out of him is his manhood that says he must do something about it. But then what he does about it, has very little control because he's not taught to think strategically because there's not a father in the home. The reason why there's not a father in the home because the guys that wish to be fathers are not able to because she's just not attracted to them kind of dudes. Oh, and you better believe that there's all kind of stuff being smoked up in that home too. All right. And this is who the media at the time dubbed Mother of the Year. Now, you see that the so-called black fathers, but the Afro males who want to be fathers ranked higher than they ranked them against the Latino and the Caucasian male. And for being an involved dad, they ranked higher than those two groups. But what I want you to pay attention to is the graph over here to the other side, where you'll look at the worst place for a child to grow up is in the household of the single black mother, statistically. And I know you're saying, I can't see that. So let's blow it up. Statistically, the worst place for a child to grow up is in the household of the single black mother. The best place for all children to grow up, and this goes just across the board. The worst place for a child to grow up, period, out of a family, the father or the single mother, is going to be with the best place. If it's not a married person, then the next best place for the child to grow up is with the single father, statistically. All right. The worst place is for a child to grow up, period, is with the single black mother. She beats out the single Hispanic Latino mother by 1%. All right. The better place for a child to grow up when he can't grow up in a two-parent household where both parents are his biological parents. The best place for the child to grow up when both parents aren't his biological parents is with the single father or the single father that has a mate. The worst place to grow up for a child is with the single mother, even if she has a mate. I want y'all to understand that. That's statistically speaking. All right? Y'all got it? Statistically speaking. This, brothers and sisters, is why I say that with the single mother, that means the child is the mother's, but not the man that she's picked. If you look at the stats, it's not looking good if you look at the chart. Not looking good at all. You understand? She will still, her or her new boyfriend puts the child at risk. 70.9% of child deaths are at the hands of the single mother and or her boyfriend. 71% go through abuse of abused children, single mom, and her boyfriend. That's why they need to hit that wall alone. And that's why you can't do anything for the children. You got to catch them as they get older. Because the media made them, gave them cover, and now these women think they could do no wrong. So thanks CNN, MSNBC, ABC, NBC, CBS. Thank all of them for the condition, the wicked condition of these BFEMs and BTNs. With that said, I'm out.